Hi guys, let's do another English practice lesson. Today the article's name is 45% of dementia risk could be prevented or delayed. It was posted July 25th, 2026. The level advanced. Some vocabulary. Dementia, that is a medical condition that affects a person's memory, behavior, diagnose, to identify an illness or the cause of a problem, guideline, a rule or instruction about how something should be done, cognitive, relating to the process of thinking and understanding, decline, a continuous decrease in amount or quality, non communicable, not able to spread from one person to another. Okay, so let's start the reading. There is no cure for dementia, but it can be prevented or delayed. In fact, the World Health Organization WHO said in July that up to 45% of dementia risk could be prevented or delayed, because that risk is connected to things we can change in our own lives. Dementia, which includes Alzheimer's disease, affects thinking and memory. Almost 10 million people are diagnosed with dementia every year. In July, the WHO published its new guidelines for reducing the risk of dementia and cognitive decline. The organization first published its guidelines in 2019, and this is the first time they have been updated. We know more today than ever before about what drives dementia risk, and these guidelines translate that knowledge into action, said WHO Director General Tedros. Many of the messages in the new guidelines are the same as they were 7 years ago. For example, they say dementia risk can be reduced by doing exercise, eating healthily, spending time with others, and avoiding alcohol and smoking. However, the WHO has now added advice to avoid air pollution as well, as there is growing evidence that this may also affect dementia risk. Non-communicable diseases like high blood pressure and diabetes can also increase the risk of dementia. The new guidelines add more advice about how to help adults make changes to their lives to reduce these risks. And the WHO says it hopes its guidelines will support countries around the world in creating programs to reduce dementia risk. The WHO also said that dementia is not only something that affects an individual, it also affects the people who care for them, often family and friends who are not paid for the care they offer. The WHO said that dementia costs the world 1.3 trillion of dollars every year, while reducing the risks could help people live longer, healthier, and more independent lives. Okay, I could understand the reading, so let's move on to the discussion. What are your thoughts on the WHO's new dementia guidelines? That type of study is always very interesting because it's very worry to us. We get dementia when we get older. So yeah, I think every study like that is necessary to guide us how is the best routine to avoid that type of illness. Yeah. Are you surprised that 45% of dementia risk could be prevented or delayed? Not really. I always have in mind that if we keep our mind with a good, healthy, uh, keep speaking with other people, studying, or doing exercise will prevent mainly dementia, because I think maybe I guess that it comes when we relax a lot our mind for a long time without speaking regularly with people or exercise our mind. Yeah. Have you made any healthy lifestyle changes in recent years? Yeah, in the recent years, I started to do more exercises. I I am eating healthier than before, and now I am trying to do something to busy my mind as well, like producing videos here to YouTube as well while I learn a new language. Yeah. What do you think are the keys to healthy aging? It's like I said, is keep our mind busy, doing tasks that will help us to exercise our mind and exercise our body as well. I think um, this both is good for our healthy aging. Yeah. How proactive are you when it comes to healthy aging? It's like I said as well. I changed my routine uh, a lot. I do diet. I do exercise. I am trying to change my routine to exercise my mind, more my mind. So, but I am still in the process. I am working on it, but I hope do a lot healthy things that will help my mind and my body healthy aging with healthy aging. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the further discussion. Do you know anyone who has cared for an elderly family member? Sure, my mom and my uncles needed care my grandpa because he's very old. So it's a example. Yeah. Do you know any older people who are very sharp? As example, my grandpa, he's very sharp. He's very wise because he keep exercising your mind. He constantly speak with uh, others people, or tell a story about the past. So I think that can be the reason to get him away from dementia. Are there any older people who you find inspiring? Not really, but maybe I find uh, businessmen that care your business until 90s, 80s, very inspiring, because maybe they do that for avoid the dementia as well. Why not? Because they carry your business and while work your mind. So I think that inspiring, yeah, in certain aspect. Who's the most healthy conscious person you know? I don't have some most healthy conscious person. I know some people some people that take care about your health, but not the most. I can't think in someone. Do you think people are most health conscious today than in the past? I'm not sure because nowadays we have a lot new things like social media, ultra processed foods that it was not so common in the past. But we have more access to what is good for us, like that type of study that shows to us what we need to do for uh, get older healthier. Yeah, I think nowadays is the people have more conscious about health because the access to the information. Okay, so we finished that lesson. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.